G'day, I'm Tim from the Biodiversity team at Yarra Ranges Council. Our Ribbons of Green program aims to help landowners with larger properties in the Yarra Ranges restore habitat on their land. It could provide shelter for stock, help retain water on your property, increase pollination. Whatever the reason that you come to the program is, it will always provide biodiversity benefits. If you're eligible for the program, we'll provide between 300 and 3,000 locally indigenous plants and all the planting materials that you'll need depending on what's best for your property. We don't just provide trees, we'll provide ground story plants right up to flowering shrubs, middle story trees, and then the eucalyptus canopy. We're aiming to help restore a bit of structure and diversity back into your landscape.
We used to put them in as single rows of trees and then found that, that would be good for shade but not very good for wind. And then the next part of the plantation was some sort of gum tree but also with melaleucas underneath, and then they formed this fantastic windbreak underneath it. So having that mix of the understory and overstory. Down here we've just taken out a row of cypress trees, and so suddenly that paddock that had really good shelter suddenly has no shelter at all because the cypress trees, they got the canker and we had to pull them all out. And so we'll be replanting there. It provides shelter for the animals from wind in the winter and then shade in the summer. A big factor for the sheep is when they're lambing in late winter is the lambs will die from exposure. So the southerly winds blowing in. And if you've got shelter, then you get better survival. I mean, I just think it looks nicer as well. And it just seems a nicer environment for the animals. I mean, I'm not sure that when you lose a little bit of land, it's easy just to put more resources into the other land and make the rest of it go better. So
put a stone wall in here so that anything comes up the hill on the grass, it's going to hit that stone wall. And we're keeping basically the bush back that far and keeping this all green over the summer.
You've got a gap between your house and the plantation, and you've got more chance of being able to get in there and stop it. And so that's why we've done that in this location. There's a gap here, and so that the bushfire wouldn't just roar straight up and burn the whole lot out. And for the same reason, we don't have plantations heading north from our house.
It's just lovely to watch the place evolving because it was bare ground when we came. We put trees in, we expected them to be sort of growing next week, but now after 20 years it's evolving and trees are dying and being replaced by others. And we've overplanted in a lot of areas and now it sorts itself out so that the trees that are there are the ones that should be there.